Hola amigos, ¿qué tal? ¿Qué les parece? El día de hoy nos ponemos a practicar de nuevo una entrevista. Lo haremos sin orden alguno. Vamos a mezclar preguntas personales con las preguntas Have you ever? Para cerciorarnos que estás reconociendo todas las preguntas, no importa cómo te las acomode el oficial. Recuerda que es bien importante hacer este tipo de videos porque constantemente nos estamos probando y creando el escenario como si estuviéramos en la entrevista. Así el día de tu entrevista te vas a sentir bien cómodo. Recuerden, es bien importante que estemos haciendo prácticas distintas constantemente y también es bien importante que me ayudes a darle like a este video, que te suscribas si no lo has hecho y que lo compartas con personas que están involucradas en la ciudadanía para así seguir ayudando a más personas a que logren su sueño. Recuerda que me puedes seguir en la cuenta de Instagram, ciudadanía_ahora, y también vamos a estar realizando videos en vivo en mi canal de vlogs, en mi canal personal, videos en vivo acerca de la ciudadanía. Entonces ya sabes, bien importante que me ayudes a darle like a este video. ¿Y qué te parece si nos ponemos a practicar el día de hoy? Mucha suerte y a ver cómo te va. Hi, can you please give me your name? Have you ever been arrested? Have you ever been deported from the United States? What is your current address? How long have you been living at this address? Have you ever been involved in genocide? Have you ever gambled illegal or received income from illegal gambling? When was the last time that you traveled out of the United States? Where did you travel to? Who traveled with you? Do you support the Constitution and form of government of the United States? Have you ever used a different name? When was the last time that you paid your taxes? Where were you born? Have you ever been involved in torture? Have you ever been declared legally incompetent or been confined into a mental institution? What is your social security number? Have you ever been a habitual drunkard? Who was the first president? Are you currently employed? Where do you work? Have you ever received any type of military, paramilitary, or weapons training? What is your marriage status? How many amendments does the Constitution have? Have you ever been a member of a guerrilla group? Do you have any children? How old are your children? Have you ever married someone in order to obtain an immigration benefit? Have you ever been in prison or jail? Do you understand why you're here today? Have you ever claimed to be a U.S. citizen? In what month do we vote for president? How many times have you traveled out of the United States in the last 5 years? If the law requires it, are you willing to bear arms on behalf of the United States? Have you ever been convicted of a crime or offense? Why do you want to become a U.S. citizen? Who is the father of our country? Have you ever been a worker, volunteer, or soldier in a prison or jail? Have you ever registered to vote in any federal, state, or local election in the United States? Why not? What do we call the 10 First Amendments to the Constitution? Have you ever been involved in not letting someone practice his or her religion? Do you owe any federal, state, or local taxes? Are either of your parents U.S. citizens? Have you ever advocated the overthrow of any government by force or violence? If the president can no longer serve, who becomes president? Have you ever been a terrorist? Have you ever been a prostitute or procured anyone for prostitution? What is the color of your shirt? What is your height and your weight? Have you ever smuggled controlled substance, illegal drugs, or narcotics? When is the last day that you can send in your federal income tax form? Have you ever been married to more than one person at the same time? Are you willing to take the full oath of allegiance? Do you now have or do you ever have inheritance title in order of nobility from any foreign country? Have you ever been in the military? Name one state that borders Mexico. Have you ever failed to support your dependents or pay alimony? Have you ever persecuted anyone because of race, religion, national origin, membership in a particular social group, or political opinion? Would you like to change your name? Have you ever helped anyone to enter or try to enter the United States illegally? What is your date of birth? If the law requires it, are you willing to perform work of national importance under civilian directions? What ocean is in the east coast of the United States? Have you ever been charged of committing, assisted in commit, or attempt to commit a crime or offense? In what year you become a permanent resident? Have you ever made any misrepresentation to obtain a public benefit in the United States? What is the capital of the United States? Have you ever been a worker, volunteer, or soldier in a detention facility? Have you ever been involved in killing or trying to kill someone? Who signs bills to become laws? Were you ever involved in any way in forcing or trying to force someone into have any kind of sexual contact or relations? If the law requires it, are you willing to perform non-combat services in the U.S. Armed Forces? When was the Declaration of Independence adopted? Is your spouse a U.S. citizen? How many times have you been in prison? What was your previous address? Have you ever been a member of, involved in, or any way associated with any organization, association, fund, foundation, party, club, society, or similar group in the United States or in other location of the world? Have you ever registered to vote in any federal, state, or local election in the United States? Since you submitted your application, have you traveled again outside of the United States? What is the highest court of the United States? Have you ever called yourself a non-U.S. resident in any federal, state, or local tax return since you become a lawful permanent resident? Have you ever given any U.S. government official any information or documentation that it was false, fraudulent, or misleading? Since when are you a permanent resident? Do you understand the full oath of allegiance to the United States? Who is the commander-in-chief of the military? Have you ever been arrested, cited, or detained by any law enforcement officer for any reason? Have you ever been part of a totalitarian party? Muy bien amigos, espero que esta práctica les haya sido útil. Si no pudiste responder algo o no entendiste, no te preocupes, voy a hacer un video respondiendo a estas preguntas y sobre todo traduciéndolas. Ve a ver cualquiera de estos dos videos si no los has visto. Si te gustó el video, darle like y nos vemos en el próximo video. Que estén muy bien, hasta luego.